Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody all around the world. Today, we're back again. Yesterday, you guys saw that I was live with Becky Burns, who's a massive, awesome nail artist that teaches worldwide. Well, today I have another repeat, actually. I've had Anita on before. She was one of my first Tech Talks. And Anita Hug Jones, who's an international educator, amazing at what she does. And if you guys have ever had the pleasure of meeting her, you know that she's so genuine and she is a heart of gold. She wants to see everybody succeed in her industry. Let's pull her up on screen. So let's pick her brain today. Good morning, everyone. There's a weird delay on. Good morning, sweetheart.
There?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. How are we?
Good. How are you doing? I know. Well, and where you are, it's afternoon. So good morning,
It
good
is.
afternoon, good evening.
Right. Hello to everybody. Hello to our Tech Talk family. I'm so excited to be back again and
Yes.
some
I
amazing
I
news.
was gonna look it up. I don't remember when we very first went on live together, but you were one of my first guests. And since then, I think we have talked every single day, if not almost every single day since then. You've become one of my very dear friends. And I'm excited to not only know where you've been in the industry, but where you're going. And so, yeah, we're gonna share that today.
It's exciting, exciting news. Let's start with what Tech Talk does for everybody, right? It I find that our group is just so different. We have taken people from around the world and we have become this solid unit of family and friendship and support. Um, I don't know anywhere in the world where you can actually feel that close to somebody you've never met. And I think that this industry, because of the people that we are all people pleasers. And this is just a true testament to what we are. We are not just nail techs. We are family. We are friends. We are supporters. And I love this group. I love this platform. It has been my family. Like you guys are my family. And I love that we can reach out to each other and just bear our problems. And here we are together and showing little tricks and not holding back. And it's a beautiful thing. What a bar we've raised here. It's tremendous.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
we used to get on planes and I'd have to go meet you to get education. I'd have to go follow all of these people, and then you just never had a shot of meeting them unless you were that girl to get in their face. And now today, I mean, God, if I want to get in touch with Amy, I can just inbox her and she will help me solve a problem. I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
it,
gosh. We're surrounded by such like-minded people in our group as well. You and I talk
we
about that a
are.
lot, is that we're all passionate about what we do. And what you said that really ringed a bell too is we don't hold back. We're sharing every bit of knowledge that we have because we really do want to be, see everybody succeed. Ah, I just adore you.
I adore you too. You have become um, this group and it's what I need every day. Like if I'm feeling down and out or not having a good day, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go reach out to my Tech Talk family. And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna log on and I'm gonna boost my spirits. It's a gift from God that we have this. It's such a blessing. So
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
honored to be such a big part of it. I really am.
Well, thanks for that. Well, Anita, we want to know more about you. I know your history, and here's one thing that I know is you are so kind-hearted and genuine that you don't typically tend to brag on yourself. But I want you to, and if you don't, I'm just going to have to spill some of the beans about you. And so, if you can go back to 89?
Oh
Is that
gosh,
when
yeah,
you started?
coming to school.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
what made you decide to go into the beauty industry?
I actually, when I was a little girl, I really fell in love with makeup and perfume. That seemed to be my thing. And I would take anybody I could and would want to do their makeup or so I kind of always had it. And, my mom would always call me, like the little beautician. So never really dawned on me that this would be where I would end up. I mean, I was just going to follow the family business and, struggle through that and just not find my inner passion. And then when I got to high school, one of my girlfriends was like, well, I'm going to cosmetology. I'm like, well, what do you mean? You're not, hold on, you're not going to school all day? She's like, no, I'm going to go to cosmetology for half the day. I'm like, I'm going with you. And never knew where that would lead and fell in love and um, really just enjoyed it. And it, majority of school is hair. And so I did get into the hair part of it and just became that student that every teacher hated. Finished my work on time. All the, come into school late, and I'd be like, they're like, oh, well, we've got an exam. We're doing an updo competition. And I would go and I'd bang it out and I'd win. And then if my class was behind, I'd go run next door and I'd be like, well, what are you doing in this room? She show me. I just became the bug. They hated me because she'd have to write, extra curriculum for me. And, but I found my passion. So I soared. I did really really well, and then I just remember going to local education, and I remember meeting this guy Bart, and everyone's like, "Oh, you'll never get a chance to work with him." He never takes anybody out of school. And I remember sitting around the table, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna work for him. And they're like, no, I'm his cousin. You're not going to. I go, oh yeah, I am. And I remember showing up at the door saying, I'm here for an interview. It's like, we're not interviewing. I go, but you're gonna interview me. And I'm a girl, and I don't even care if you, but I want to be here. And I stayed there, and I 7 years, but hair never was my thing. So I ended up going to Oxford University, does like a summer program for our and just for shits and giggles, I'm like, I'm gonna go sit in a nail class, and that's when I met Morris, who was the international educator for OPI, and she took me aside. Why are you not using nails? Really, acrylic? You take a ball, you pop it on, it becomes this hard ball, and then you want to file, file, file. No, I'm not into that. And she's like, no, you're missing something. You got it. I go, did you see my nail with the big bump on it? I don't think so. And she's like, meet me in my room. And so I went back to her room and we worked on acrylic. And she's like, you're gifted. You're going places. I'm gonna, I'm gonna sponsor you to be a guild member, and I want you to work with me. And let's become educational. I said, okay. You can tell my boss that I want to do nails because I'm not telling him. And it just started, and it was one class after another, and I just felt like I was chasing the education, and my world really didn't turn around until I sat into a class with Tony Cuccio. He came to Albany, and I remember going in my little blue suit and my briefcase and looked around going, okay, nobody's dressed like me, what am I doing wrong here? And I just remember it, like after the class, he kind of just took me aside and he's like, "Meet me in my room." I'm like, "Why?" And he had a form. He's like, "I want to hire you." He's like, "You came in, you want it." And I started working for him, and I ran all of his distributors up here in the East Coast, and became an educator, and that just started. And then, after a while of education, I'm like, I really want to try something new. I'm like, this is not enough. And so I sat him down and I said, I think I want to go compete. And he's like, well, just tell me why you want to compete. I'm like, you know what, Tony? I said, I really want to be somebody in the industry. I want to walk in the room and I want people to be like, oh, that's Anita. I said, right now, I'm just a girl behind a booth. I'm like, no one knows me. I've got to get on a bigger platform, and I want to test my skills. And so I tracked down the number one competitor at the time. It was Trang from ONS, Odyssey Nail System. And I traveled 6 hours in a car and I stayed up till 4 in the morning and met him in the elevator. And I said, I want to be your model today. And he's like, I already have one. I'm like, I've waited all night for you. And um, after the class, Vicky Peters actually was the judge. And I said, he's going to train me. He's like, he doesn't train anybody. I go, he's going to train. And I remember calling him. I'm like, I want to come meet you. I want to come to Florida and I want you to train me. And he's like, I can't. I don't have room. And he's like, I've got one day off New Year's Day. And I'm like, I'll be there. And I remember just packing my bags. I didn't even know the guy. I packed my bags and I'm like, I told the husband at the time, I'm like, yep, I'm leaving. He's like, you don't know this guy. I'm like, I might be dead. I'm like, I don't care, but I'm going to know nails before I die. So that was it. I mean, I stayed 5 years and we built the first, Olympic team. That's when we first came out with competition team. We were the first competition under the director of Vic Peters, the Odyssey
Wow.
Nail System team. And that's when companies started paying us to go compete. That's when that whole tradition started. So, yeah, and they worked with him for almost 5 to 6 years and ended up becoming his director of education, you know, big position. Then started going to other companies after a while. Ended up then going to Greg Habib. So I've had fun. I've had fun. I've
Oh,
worked all these companies and working behind the scenes and learning all these things. Gian Arnold invited me to Creative. I went to headquarters. Sat with Doug Shue for 3 days in his lab, which is amazing. If you think you know nails, you don't know nothing till you sit with Doug Shue because the way
wow.
it's like Doug, I thought I know something, and then when I sit here, I know nothing because he just breaks down things to a level that is unparalleled in this industry of what he does. It's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. So I learned a lot. I was gifted because I was so aggressive and outgoing. And those who know me, I don't take no for an answer. I just think that you're going to come back to my thinking eventually.
Oh my God. I
So be
love that
aggressive.
drive. And after all these years, you still have that same passion and that same drive. Now, things that you're not mentioning is that not only were you like an international, competitor, educator, you still do all of that. I mean, I don't know that you're competing anymore, but are going to the distributor shows. You're knowing when the things are coming out first. You're so a part and passionate about the behind the scenes part of the company. But you're also a salon owner. You've graced the cover of Nailpro magazine. You've educated many other techs and still do one-on-ones. And
Yeah.
now you're starting on another venture. You really are unparalleled and unstoppable. And that's one of the things that I love being able to talk to you is you inspire me so much all the time. And
Yeah.
so I just want to say thanks. So let's let's talk a little bit of personal stuff before we get into all of the other goods. You and I talked before, and there's health issues that come up where you raise families, you've adopted, we've had to move, we've had to start salons and then stop. Along the way and over the years, you've had this little bit of a roller coaster. What advice do you have to help many techs that just feel like they can't do it and that they're at the bottom of that roller coaster and they're trying to hold on and they just don't see the light? I know you always have words of inspiration.
I do. And I can actually bring you back to 2 years ago, where I had a full staff of 6 nail techs, booming business. And unfortunately, I got sick. I ended up having a twisted, knotted bowel, and I ended up going septic, which is horrible. But the part of that is that was only part of my healing process. I got so septic that they actually couldn't close me. So I was wide open for close to 2 weeks where they couldn't put my inner facets back together. So my whole belly was kind of wide open, and that's um, so they had to put me on life support. So I was dying in a nutshell, and I had, you know, I talk a lot about this with you, and it's a gift in a way because I did cross over and I did get to get a message from the other side, but on the same part, I got really sick and it crushed me. I was in the hospital for close to 18 days, not sure if I was going to make it or not. And my life did crumble. I mean, I fell apart. I mean, it was a really hard time in my life, coming to grips with dying in my business, dying in my soul, just dying altogether, like just deflated to a level where I never thought I could come back. My shop was closed for almost 4 months. Um, you know, we all know when we don't work, we don't get paid. So there was no income coming in. So that's how to take care of me. But it was hard. And just came off this amazing trip. I just came back from headquarters to be trained to teach other educators on a national level. So coming off like the highest high in my life, and here I am now fighting for my life, dying. So when people come to me and say, "Well, what's," I'm like, "No, you're not dying, right? You can come back." And my inspiration to everybody is God puts you in these places for that. And we'll never understand in our earthly mind why we're, but you need to dig deeper. And it's too spiritual because but if you dig deeper into the word and you kind of focus on what is the plan here, why? Well, he's got a plan, and you've just got to trust him, and then surround yourself by people that get it. And that's hard because we don't want to reach out when we're that down. I always reach out more. Do not panic.
Yeah.
I'm here, Amy's here, there's people here. We'll pick you up. And it ended up, I closed my shop. I have no nail tech. Just now, I'm down to just doing nails. And I remember calling Tony, going, I quit. I'm lost. I'm broken. And we just started talking little by little. I'm like, I have this passion of finding great products for everybody. I have this passion of like what's new in the industry. I want to share it with everybody, but not everybody can jump on a plane and travel to Vegas or California or pay shows. There's 7 premiere shows right now. That's a lot. And you know, you I've done the math. It's about $1,000 to get to every show. And that's not including what you're spent. You're gonna spend another 1,000 because you're like a little fish in a pond. Oh my God. It's, you're swim, swim, swim. Glitter, gotta go. Oh, I don't need glitter. And there you are buying glitter. Who needs more glitter? No one needs more glitter. We have glitter. So, we get caught up in shiny and new and chrome and it you get lost and
Yeah.
exciting. So it's very expensive. So that landed me to coming back to all of these companies going, I need to come out with some way to get brand new product to these technicians without them absolutely completely buying a full system and getting locked into it. So what if I give them starter kit, full size, for them to try it before they buy it and make it a really great price? How can I do that? And then I'm like, I am friends with every manufacturer out there. I'm friends with all the owners. I've got to use what got me here today to bring this new concept out. And that's why I said, we're going to do a Beauty Biz House. I'm going to bring out, all the new products that I've seen at all these big shows to you guys for a tremendous price. So that's where I came out with Beauty Biz Box.
I'm so excited. And like what you said, for all these years, you didn't realize it was going to bring you to this point. And sometimes it takes our low to make
Yeah,
us refigure everything in our life, restructure it, rebuild it, and now what
right,
do I want to do? And so
right,
before, when you were working in your salon with all the techs and full-time clientele, you might not have had the time to refocus like this and make something like this happen. So
correct,
what you were talking
correct,
about is these blessings that you can turn that into, and now you've refocused it, and now you've come on to something else. One thing to just kind of highlight a little bit that you didn't say, not only is she going to offer things in this package, but she's also going to offer education behind it, how to use it, which is a difference. She's not just sending you product and
right,
saying, there you go. She's tying it back in to what she knows, her knowledge, and bringing in the right people to be able to bring the education with this. Yeah.
right.
First of all, I was there when you got to design this. Like you have been instrumental in picking out boxes, picking out every step of the way. And so, do you want to talk a little bit about where your vision was and what you saw? And are you still on the same track or did it exceed it?
Um, well, I'm always looking for the next adventure. So yes, there is another part two coming out. But yes, this box has really, um, it has flourished. It is, what is different. So yes, education is one. So in each box, you get 6 to 8 products, full sizes, which is amazing. And then we also have, each box will have one full complete system. So that means whether it's a gel kit, whether it's a dipping kit, whether it's an acrylic kit, it'll be a complete set from start to finish of what you need. And each kit should provide at least 30 to 60 sets of nails. So just that alone will pay for your box.
Yeah.
Um, Also in here, what we've done that to make us different is I've added education tutorials. So once you become a member, you are now locked into classes. So it'll be, we'll have competitions, we'll have giveaways, but we'll have education that'll actually bring you step to step in every system. So each tutorial will be different on each box. So it's not like the same education over and over. You're going to get different pieces. Then you'll be in a group, so we'll be kind of like this, asking questions, and we'll be here to help you through it. So we're not just selling you a box and good luck, have fun with it. This is more, we're selling you a box, but we're selling you education. We're selling you tools. Not only is there education,
Yeah.
but because I love the business side of it, we also have Stephanie Mitchell, who's been on here, who is a
Yeah.
marketing guru and is probably a tremendous person. She is the marketing person behind this box. So she actually every season is in here, and she will give you a tool. So we have a workbook that goes in here. It's a program that she set up where she gives you 10 steps of things to work on during those 2 months. So every box will have new tools for you to work on. So not only are you going to work on your education, but you're also going to work on your marketing and how to grow with what we put in here. So it's a double fold. So we've actually thought of every little thing in here. And we're still looking for advice. So if somebody's looking for something, contact us and let's see if we can make it happen. So we're not limiting it to what can go in here. So I think that's what's really brilliant. It's what
Yeah.
you want.
Yes, I agree with Wanda. Wanda, I too am eagerly waiting for the first box. And, Anita's been in the industry for many years, but you also became a distributor. So,
Yeah,
one thing that happens sometimes in these boxes that people do sometimes is that you can't get the product again, or you can't get the same way it came in the box. You're
right,
also the distributor. So, if
right,
somebody really likes something that's in there, they can reorder it through you
right,
at a distributor cost. And
right.
so, that's like a win-win all the way around. I'm so
Yeah.
excited
And if
for you.
and if I don't have it, we're going to have links where you get discounts. Like that's the other thing. I didn't want it to be like, well, because each kit that goes in the box is about $70 and some are more. So
Yeah.
to keep the cost down back to you, we are offering discount codes to all of it. So everything that's in here will be basically always on sale, so to speak. You'll
Yeah.
never be paying full retail prices for things. And then I'm working with the companies where they can keep that going for us.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so,
And yes. And so you were saying before, and I've gotten a little bit of sneak peek. So you guys, I am telling you that there's just one item in there that
I'm
is
going to show you.
valued at more than what even the subscription is. So just one out of all the full sets that you get out of it. Oh, are you going to show it? You are.
I'm going to show you. So this is by far my favorite product ever. This was a gift that we had gotten if you become an international educator to teach educator, so a teacher of education. This is one of the gifts that Tony came out with for us, and it was a special only for them. Nobody else could get it. So um, it is a leather binded case with all of your tools. I'm hoping they won't slide out on me, but
Yes.
all of
Such a
your
nice set,
tools.
quality, nice set, and a complete set.
Yes, and and then I'll show you up close too how gorgeous our tools are. But they're beautiful stainless steel, um, heavy too. They're not chintzy. I think a lot of things that they come in these, they're just not as nice. They are extremely sharp. I will say each item in here that I use, I have three of these. I hoard these. I think they're amazing. I have one on every single desk. I give them away as gifts. That's why I think this box is a great gift to give to people. You can put this in your car, travel with it. You don't have a good pedicurist or something like that. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I just love
One of
this.
one of the things that you just showed, and my nippers must be in my sanitizer, but I like that the handles are brushed
Yes.
because over the years, we know that they get scratched, and when you have a smooth finish, it looks beautiful when you first get it, but then
Yeah.
it starts looking all weird. And
Yeah.
so that looks like that it would outlast the look
Yeah.
of it, would outlast some of the other nice. Yeah, having that brushed handle. That way, if it
Yeah.
does get scratched, it doesn't show. It stays nice looking.
Right.
Very, very nice.
Yep. I've had mine now for 4 years, so and I can say they look just like this, but I decided to bring out a new one for you guys so you wouldn't see mine's all worn a little bit in here because I take it out and bring it everywhere. I travel with it. I put this in my competition bags when I do classes. It's with me. I mean, I bring it everywhere. Like I said, I have a couple of them because it's my
Yeah.
favorite, and then loan is $70. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The value of that one thing, and you're getting a lot more than that, is
yeah,
more than what the subscription box. So does that also cover pedicure implements?
yes, it does. Yep,
Very
it's
nice.
yep. It's got your scooper. It's also got tweezers. It's got scissors. It's got your curette in here. I mean, it's everything, and then plus it's also got this little dotting tool here too. So if you wanted to um, do piercings and actually I use it to put little designs in my acrylic. You can drill into it a little bit. So there's several uses for these.
That's exciting. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
let's see. Sheena says, what do the sets run? I haven't had new tools in 15 years. I had the creative titanium set. I still have a couple tools that I would love them, but my is that birthday is the 20th to boot, I'm assuming. So maybe this is, if that's your birthday that you're talking about, Shayna, I think you kind of need a birthday present. Leather bound.
They go
Yeah.
together.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. Yeah. Jody Ann, I agree with you. When I go to shows, you know how a lot of people go for glitter and stuff like that? I go for bits and I go for the tools because
Mhm.
I get kind of grossed out on the idea that I've had some of my tip clips are from when I went to school, and in January they'll be 27 years ago. And
Right.
even though I sanitize them and a tip clip isn't really, on the natural nail or anything like that, I still get kind of like I need something new. And
Yeah.
sometimes we hold on to those things, but we'll spend frivolously on things we don't need. But those are tools that we need with every service.
And they're beautiful. I mean, they're just, I mean, this is so sharp. I can't even tell you. It's just, and I like that it's got the spring in it too. So it's
Yeah.
easier to move. And I mean, you can see it's just, it slides flawlessly.
Yeah.
It's,
And what's nice
I
about
love it.
those
I
is
mean,
that you, if you need to, I've only had to change a blade once, but you know that you guys can change the blade in those. They're made to be where you unscrew that and you can change out the blade as needed. And so those of you that are doing
right.
a lot of tip clipping or then the trend was for a while, I don't know that it still is that you would form out the tip with acrylic or gel or whatnot. And when the client came back in, you would clip off all of their free edge and then put on a form and resculpt out every time. And so then you were really seeing a
Right.
dulling on those clippers. But those are a lifesaver. They save so much time when you need to take down some length. And so it's
They do.
nice to be
And
able
it's
to have,
right.
yeah,
And it's a straight cut. So you can, if you angle it, you get a different, you get the C curve going. If you go straight on, you get a nice blunt, so you're actually getting a very sharp
yeah.
line when you do that. So that's what's really beautiful about that.
I love it. I could talk
So
about tools all
they're
day.
absolutely
I'm a little
beautiful.
bit of a geek when it comes to all of that stuff. Eileen wants to know, and we haven't really talked about that. How much are the monthly subs or you're not doing it monthly. So let's talk about how people can subscribe and become a member and do all of that.
Sure. So each box is going to be $60. We are working right now on international. So we are setting up basically what's happening with international is that it's a cost thing to get things shipped from one place to another, and it's time. So we're working on both of those right now. I'm looking at different vendors that can get it to you guys quicker, faster, and keeping the cost down. The second part to that problem is also it's making sure we don't step on anybody's toes with territorial too. So there are different countries have different rules where if it just like let's just take uh Greece right now. So if we take them, we have to um can't step on their toes because they actually own that country. So everything has to go through them. So that is kind of where we're at with with shipping. So we're working on all of those things, and it's coming to head, and we should have that worked out within a week or two. We're hoping so. It should go smooth. We're hoping. As far as right now, we want to work on pushing U.S., but I am getting tons and tons and tons of messages right now for outside of U.S., which I didn't expect. So keep those coming in. We're working on it. So I'm in constant communication with you and the vendor. So there's just going to be a different cost because that is what I have to do to get them to you. So, but we're
Yeah.
working on it to make sure we keep everything low. So
Yeah.
it's $60, and then what you do is you pick which plan you want. So I know there's lots of glitches on my website because I've been working, trying to figure it out. It's not as easy as I thought. Um, but I've put it into the membership plan. So there's three membership plans right now. There's an annual, which is every bi-monthly, so that's 6 boxes. Then there's a seasonal, and that would be your spring, your winter, your those four, and then I have a holiday one, and that's going to be your Christmas, your Valentine's Day, um, Easter, like all of the big holidays, because that's when we find as technicians we get they're looking for things. So then
Yeah.
there's a signal box. So you just pick the plan you want, and then you pay, and it just when you do the plan, best thing about the plan is once you do the plan, you're actually saving on the shipping and all of the other stuff too. So when you do it in increments, and we're going to try to set it up where it's like I said, it's hard sometimes for people to understand what it is, but once you become a member, that now locks you into getting the free classes, getting the education, getting free market, everything just is available for you at any time. So it's
Yeah.
not just your box.
Yeah. So Eileen says $60 monthly, but you're doing it bi-monthly, which then would make it like $30 a month, and then you're
Right,
getting everything on top of that.
right.
It truly, truly is a full, wholehearted, I don't want to just call it a box. It's an everything. You get the education, the products, and you get Anita. That is part of it. That she'll help guide you along the way with the
Yeah,
products and with what you need. And so, it's interesting. I've done obviously many, many tech talks. I think we're almost to 80 now tech talks in a year. So you guys know that that's been a lot. That's more than one a week. And all the international ones, some of them have sent me, free gifts as a thank you, and I go live with it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we had no clue about the international side of it." The shipping costs can be crazy. In the UK, they now have the VAT, and it's another like 20% on top. And so it has been very difficult to be able to do some of the international things. However, we're all working our way through it because we can see that it can happen. And the more companies that fight through that and say, you know what, that's not right, you need to come down, they are. So, like, nail techs are fighting back against
yeah,
some of these extra costs that they have, saying, you do realize that we can't make this happen. We can't get the products here. We can get it from, another country, but now you guys are fighting that. And so I love that the nail techs are standing up saying, this needs to change. And they're winning. They're
yeah.
making my point. I love it.
Yes. And I've got big companies behind me. So I've got, working with one of the largest manufacturers in the world, I have a wiggle way to get in. So I'm really guided by someone who I think is a nail guru in my world.
Yeah.
Tony Cuccio gives me advice of how to push through. He has been there. He has done this. He is I can't say enough about that man. I mean, there's just so much that he can push through. He's a powerhouse. And if I want something and he wants it too, watch out, world, because I'm going to tell you, he will knock down every wall to get it. So,
Yeah.
he told me that if I can get this going to a certain number, and he, wants to see what we do today, he will knock that wall down. It will happen. So, with that support of a major company behind you, we will be able to get these prices to you guys. It will happen. You know, he wants this to grow. He
Yeah.
believes in this. So it helps when you have
Yeah.
the vendors behind you.
Yeah,
Because they have
absolutely.
more
But
pull than you.
it's a direct reflection of you, though. They trust in you, and that's why they're allowing you to have these sneak peeks of the products. And that's another thing in your box is that you're getting things that are before they're released to other distributors. And so
They
they get
they
brand
are.
new products. These are not discounted products that have been out there for a while and that they're just trying to get rid of
Right.
product. You're giving them like
Exactly.
as the collection comes out. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yes. And that's
yeah.
that's the big thing. Things that you can't get is that, if you're not an educator. So that's where all of this is coming from. And going to these shows, when we're coming out with brand new products like the next box, I can tell you right now, is going to be a game changer for every single nail technician. I mean, we haven't released it yet, but it's going in the box first. And I'm telling you, it will change every single technician, every single one. I have never felt this way about any products that have been released. But when I saw this, my mouth was to the floor. I'm like, holy shit. This is shaving off 30 minutes of time. And on top of it all, I mean, making my life easier, just game changing. And I swear, if you tell me this does not change your world, I'm gonna be like, girl, you are not doing nails because this is the one thing that will change your world, and it's going in the next box. And I'm just so pumped to share this with everybody because you wouldn't, unfortunately, our distributors around here don't have it.
Mhm.
And so I'm getting it fresh right off the press. I mean, as soon as it
Yeah.
comes off the belt, it's getting in a box and it's coming straight to me. So that's so exciting. It's so exciting.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I do have to give a little bit of a shout out. We see that Kim has joined us today, and so
Oh,
I'm excited to be able to see that. So, hi, Kim.
I
And then,
love.
so John has also joined us, and Jessica Breyerman, who have all kinds of events coming up and stuff. And so, John said, how do we sign up? So, how do people find this box?
You can go right to the website, which is beautybizsupplyhouse.com, and then just click right on to membership plans. And
All
then
right,
there's
and we'll put
all,
that in the comments.
and then I can add the link. And if you have any trouble whatsoever, because we do have people having issues, please inbox me or leave a message here, and I will get back to you. We have a few people that were having a problem. I had a lady yesterday that was having a problem, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I hung up with her, it went right through. So just reach out to me. And also, I want to throw in there that anybody from Tech Talk that's watching today and signs up, you're getting a free gift in your box. So you get
Oh,
a free item because you're in Tech Talk.
ah, I'm going to write that down. That's what I need to get on there for. Do they have to put in a special promo code or something like that, or just?
Yeah, you can leave a little message at the bottom, Tech Talk, or that you watch this live. You can put Tech Talk. That's fine.
Yeah, John's just going to show up at your doorstep for his box. I think I'm going to join John and just show up as
Come
well.
on, I'm waiting. Let's go, guys. Let's have a
Oh
nail
my gosh,
party.
I love it.
Party in
Yeah,
our
so
box.
John, we're going to have to do another tech talk with John. He just did a 17-minute fill. It takes me about 15 minutes just for prep. So, John, you're going to have to come back on and give us some more pointers.
Yeah. Gosh,
Awesome.
me and John have had such a long history. Me and John was competing at the same time, so I've spent many many nights in rooms prepping for nails before a competition with John. So it's so fabulous to keep these
Yeah.
relationships going. I mean, my gosh, it's just awesome, and I love the fact that John stayed with it, became number one. I mean, what it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. It makes my heart really warm to see him doing really well. It does.
Yeah.
He's just a
And
beautiful.
we were talking about earlier about the roller coaster rides of being in the industry for so long. And it's not even just our industry, any job. You could work at a bank and you can have that roller coaster ride where you feel like you're on a high. Maybe you want to promote to the next level and you didn't get it and you're still a teller, that kind of thing. And so riding that roller coaster out for all these years and being able to make the friends along the way and then
Right.
create them as a family and then years later to be able to reconnect, it's like you've never lost anything. And a
Yeah.
lot of people say in this industry it's a bit cutthroat, and I can agree to a point. But it's pretty interesting that when you make these lifelong friends like that, you all have the same passion. You want to be at the same places, and you
We
get to
do.
be a part of that.
We
And so,
do. We met Kim actually at John was doing my nails at the IBS show, and
oh yeah,
I was trying to meet up with Kim, and it was the funniest story because I felt an instant connection with Kim, and we're talking to each other, and I'm like, Kim, where are you? And I'm like, well, I'm at the Joya booth, and I'm all the way towards the end of the show. She was on the same booth on the other side getting her nails done, and we just, I mean, started laughing hysterically. There we are at the same booth, and we were looking for each other, and it was, I mean, I still remember that moment where we both just got up and it was instant family, like and a love, like just just from tech talk, like, Kim, I love you. I mean, it was just so embracing and beautiful, and
yeah,
there it was, and it was a riot. And John, who I've known through years of competing, so it was
yeah.
great. It was great.
And obviously they agree with you with that too. So, you know what? Speaking of shows and all of that, where can we find you next? You are always traveling. I know that you were at the Vegas show just not too long ago. I think in January you're going to be at another distributor show. Where can we find you to where if we don't show up at your doorstep, that we can meet you?
Oh, I'd love for anybody to show up at my doorstep. I know Wanda has come to see me, and it was just amazing. I love small classes, and um, I just love it. I love when we just like put everything aside and just mess our table up and just get right into the nails. And we come up with things together. I think that's just awesome. My next adventure, I am back in Las Vegas for the distributor show again, which I am dragging Amy by her hair. We're gonna go together.
Apparently, I'm going.
You're going. I'm dragging you along, and hopefully we can see Kim there. That's on the books. We do have another major Cuccio summit, which is going to be in Costa Rica, which we're just looking at those dates. And I'm hoping to be a part of the nail camp.
Yeah,
So hopefully in May, you can always see me there. We are probably going to be doing a pedicure class. I'm going to be doing the detox. And we just landed Swarovski Crystal. So I think that they're going to be part of this class too. So we'll be able to bring Swarovski with us.
yeah,
And um, some new things that are coming out the door that I can't really talk about. They're coming. So hopefully I'll have all of those new things with me in May. So nail
yeah,
it,
yeah,
where you can get education from me. And like I said, and I adore doing pedicure. Like it's one of my I love doing feet. I don't know how I got into it. That it got to be so passionate, but ingrown toenails seems to be my thing. Difficult and painful, and I love getting into the nitty gritty of that. So I just love to help with people understand the pressure of why their feet hurt. Oh, my feet hurt. My feet hurt. They don't really like it's the shape of their toenails. They haven't taken
mhm,
care of the actual toenails. So I'm very very excited for that. We've got some
yeah.
great products coming out with that. So I'm very very excited.
Yeah. So, John, I have to tell you, I have begged Anita to come on the cruise with us, and it's not working. And Jessica just put on in May, so I'm going to be a keynote speaker. Well, first of all, let me back up. John invited me to be a nail star on the cruise months and months ago, and it's actually coming to fruition. So, John, Cruise with the Nail Stars. He already put in the link for all of that. You can still sign up and come with that. So Jessica in May, we're doing the nail camp, and she put
Yep.
on the website for that, and that's where, and I think you are going to that no matter what. You're just
Yep.
debating on the rest of it, and so I'm excited because it's a camping style as well,
I
and so
know.
somebody messaged me and they're like, so how much camping is camping? And I'm like, well, there's a chef and there's showers and then there's a
Right.
campfire outside. I'm pretty
Right.
sure it's not like rugged camping.
Yeah, it's not. It's more you're in I think you're in like not are you in like little rooms, right? Kind
Mhm.
of.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's well, as Jessica said, it's cabins. I've been on their
Yeah.
website and looking
That's
at everything. Yeah. And so we get to actually like group together in the cabin. So I believe like one of the cabins is like 8 beds in there and they're set up like you have your own living room and all that. Like it's nice. And so
so we
it's gonna be a lot of
apologize for anyone that's going to be rooming with me and Amy because we're going to be like all night long. So those who want to dare to stay up with us all night because we're not sleeping at all.
fun. As Kim says, it's called glamping.
There it is.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So wonderful, wonderful. Going to get the squad and crash that camp. Oh my God. John, bring it on. So on the cruise, John put out there, he took a picture of volleyball that had like nail cruise with the nail stars 2018. And apparently I'm supposed to do beach volleyball, which is going to be one of the things.
Thank you so
And then so I John's gonna have to bring that volleyball today in Atlanta, and we're going to have to do camp.
much. You there?
Ah,
Oh,
there's
there
a
you are.
delay. Are you there? Yes.
I'm back.
So
Okay.
John's going to have to come to Atlanta with volleyball, and we're just going to have to go to all these different nail shows, camps, cruises, all of this, and just do a nail tech volleyball.
There we go. The traveling volleyball.
Yeah. Except for I just want to be a line judge and a cheerleader. How's that?
Yeah, I want to be a cheerleader too. I'm not going to wreck my nails. John, I'm going to wreck my nails if you promise that you're going to fix them. How's that?
Oh, there you go. Good plan. Oh my gosh. Anita, as I said before, I get to talk to you about every single day. And as you guys can see, Anita and my brains never stop. We are talking first thing in the morning, at night, we're coming up with ideas and what can we do with this? And then, a tech will reach out to us and say, I'm really struggling with this. And then we network to help out a tech. And it it's been phenomenal to work with you. And you have, great faith and it just every single day I love getting to talk to you because you are very inspirational. And what I like is that many times people will say, "Oh my gosh, Amy, thank you for setting me up with Anita. She messaged me right back and we set up a time to be able to do this." You are very approachable. You're real, you're genuine. You have this knowledge that is amazing. And I thank you for not only sharing that with me along the way as well, but just being you. Thank you for being you.
Oh, I'm so touched. Yes, Amy, I've shared with you yesterday where, because I work by myself, it's lonely, and sometimes I just need to pick up my phone and get Amyized, and you do the same for me. You inspire me, you push me. I love that I can actually just reach out to you and just say, hey, I've had a brainstorm. What do you think of this? And I'm gonna do this scary move, and what do you think? And I love that. And yes, I am available. I'm available to anybody. And if I can't help you, I'll hopefully be able to guide you on who I think would be a better set up for you. Because I'm not sometimes the person that can be the person that will lead you to what you're or fix it. I can't, I might not have it. So being surrounded by so many people that I know, I can get you to where you need to be, and push those doors open for you. So by all means, if there's, we've talked many times about genre and where it should go. And, I can push doors open. I do have great relationships with companies. So, if there's somebody out there that's looking for a product that they want to get to the next level, or they want it to become a product, they want a private label, they want to come up with something, reach out to me. I have resources where I can get you through those doors. I am constantly loving. It's one of my. I love to help anybody reach their goal, their dream. You've got anything to help.
Yeah, I just love it. So we started our Tech Talk today talking about what Tech Talk Worldwide, meant to you and what it's done. And we have all learned that if you were a solo tech working in a salon, or you are a tech that works with a whole bunch of other nail techs, if you have not found a way to get a mentor or a group behind you, a team with you, you're holding yourself back. You need to connect with somebody else, even if it's internationally, somebody that might connect with you through the business side, the product side. Maybe it's just an inspirational person that helps lift you up. I I just gotta here. See this little tiny here, let me show you. It's so cool.
I saw that is
I know.
amazing.
Well, not only did she make this for me as a thank you, but I did a live video of me opening this gift from Sharon Harding, who, Australia, I believe, is where she's at. I might have that wrong. And anyway, she made this for me, and it says Perfect 10 on it. And it's made out of acrylic. And seriously, the time that that goes into this. As
It's
to
great.
message me back, she videotaped herself, and the entire time she is gonna make me cry. She cried. She was emotional. She was like, Amy, the connection that I've been able to make online with you has helped me through so many things in my life, not just professionally with my career, but personally understanding that I have health issues. She's been laid up for a while, has health issues, but our connection through the nail industry has made us strive through. That she realizes, even though she's been kind of laid up, she can create masterpieces like this. She's still
All right.
gearing it to wherever she needs to be. That's what I mean by finding somebody to connect with. It might not be about products. It might not be about anything in the industry. It might be something totally way out there. Maybe you guys have the same kind of dog.
Right,
Do
right.
it. Connect with somebody, make that connection because we all want that connection. We need to feel wanted, we need to feel needed, we need to feel loved. And sometimes you don't have that in your salon, sometimes you don't have that at home. And so
Mhm.
sometimes we can get that online. It
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so true. I mean, even, right down from the newbie to, you know, I mean, I've been in the nail industry for 30 years, and there are people like you that I idolize. There are people that are even bigger than me. And you know what? They all need it too.
Yeah.
Just because you think that you're a nobody because you're straight out of school, no,
Yeah.
there's so much talent in newbies, and there's so much talent in someone who's been a veteran. We all need it. It doesn't matter where you are. I think of, the person that just came out of school that's so inspiring. I love newbies. They are my favorite.
Yeah.
They inspire me. So,
Yeah.
there's doesn't matter where you come from is what I'm getting at. Like what level you're at. We
Yeah.
need to connect. We do.
Absolutely. And on here, many people are like, hey, I'm in this area, who else is around me? And they're creating play dates,
It's
which
great.
yeah, and then they're sending me pictures like, oh my God, I met up with this person and we sat in a motel room. They each met halfway. They sat up in a motel room playing with each other's products and getting to know each other. And it's so cool. I love it. It makes me know that we're on the right track with what we're
We
doing of being a part of a forum like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shayna says, how were we all to know? Geez, I got emotional, so my eyes don't want to focus. Our little idea would go so far. What a blessing you are, Amy. You've made an amazing platform for everybody. Shayna was with me from the very beginning when I brainstormed on creating Tech Talk. And would it really go? Would people really sign on and listen to us for an hour, talk about nails or talk about whatever? Because as you we answer the questions as they come on that will veer us down one avenue in the nail industry. Sometimes it veers another. And they do. They tune us in when they're putting on their makeup. They tune us in while they're cooking dinner at night. They tune us in late at night with headphones on when their husband's asleep and they're
That's me.
like watching intensely.
That's
It's
me.
happening, it's working, and it's wonderful. And so it takes though, as much as I come on and I love what I do, it takes a special guest taking time out of their day doing pre-lives with me to make sure we can connect, getting all nervous and don't know that they want to come in and talk to everybody for an hour because they don't know what we're going to talk about. But it
Right.
takes, like what you're doing today, Anita, it takes that time and dedication and months of planning to be able to get this to go. And I just thank you guys for your time. I thank you for your knowledge. I thank the members for jumping on and giving me ideas of who to bring on and being active in the conversation. It blows my mind every time I get to do one of these tech talks. I love it every time.
Do.
Yeah.
And I've shared with you many times. When I first met you, I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're just educating for free, and where are you going with this? We need a plan on where you're going, girlfriend. And I just, God has been good to you. He's taken, your sickness and made it a blessing. And
Mhm.
that's, right back to where we started in the beginning of this conversation. It's, take your tragedies, take your brokenness and just put it at his feet and be like, what do I do next? And I
Yeah.
guarantee you're going to get an answer. You're going to get where you're supposed to be. And it might take months of, what's happening, but you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Look at Tech Talk. You would have never thought when you were, being in your sickness that this is where you would
Yeah.
land. And so it's all part of a plan. We'll never understand the plan, but get on that path, everybody. Don't I know it hurts and you're broken and I get all that, but you just got to just stay steady and just say, this is where I belong. And just
Yeah.
get and trust it.
Yeah.
And trust it.
You're
And we're all here.
amazing.
We're all here to lift you up. We're here to lift everybody up.
Yeah.
So
Ah, Anita, I can't thank you enough again for your time. I thank you for sharing all your knowledge with us. We know that you um, for, for years have been instrumental in the industry and helping to, create different products and all of that. And so I'm excited for you to take on your own venture with the subscription boxes. We'll make sure that we put all the links to your Facebook pages, your websites, and all of that into the comments. And I'm excited for you. Thank you for opening up and sharing with us. Remember, if you guys put a comment of Tech Talk Worldwide, she's going to put an extra special gift into that box for you.
But gets an extra item in there, and I can't tell you what it is because that's.
I don't even know what it is.
I know you don't because your box isn't yet. Well, I get it to you. See.
Yeah, and Gail's on here. Hi, Gail. And she said, so I do remember she got to go have a play date with you not too long ago. And so if you guys ever want to sign up for a one-to-one, Anita offers them online, as well as you can go into her Damani spa and you guys can do a one-on-one with her there. And in fact, how do you do that? I know that, I mean, gosh, you cover shapes and structures, you cover prep, you cover pedicures, you cover so many different things. And we know that you like to specialize into those as well, but how can people sign up for a one-to-one with you?
Just reach out to me. Go either through, inbox me, and kind of like what Gail did. She inboxed me and she wanted some information. My classes that I have an acrylic class, I have a gel class, I have a dipping class, a pedicure class, a manicure class. I have troubleshooting, and then I have just let's work with what's going on with you. So I can always do what I do, troubleshooting, meaning just where we just chit chat and we just go through some of the issues that you're having. So there's many things. Probably my biggest downfall is I get to, what do I charge you? Because I feel bad. That's my biggest issue. And, so I've tried to structure that and I'm trying to stay on that, but it's very hard for me.
Yeah. So I have to tell you guys, yesterday Anita and I were talking, and she really does light my fire sometimes to say, girl, you need to know what you're worth and you need to charge what you're worth.
Right.
So we're having this conversation where tables were turned, and she was like, "Oh, I just gave it to him, whatever." I was like, "Oh, you just gave me a lecture on what I needed to charge what I was worth." And I was like, "I got you. I know that you come across so independent and strong, but really your heart is so pure." And yeah, it was worth the price in the 2-hour drive. Exactly that. And so
Thank you,
I love
Gail.
that you're strong to lift us up, but just like me, we are short on ourselves, So it's so funny.
I'm here. I'm here to help anybody. Reach out. And if I can do it, I'd love to do it. I don't mind traveling. If you've got I want to go to Greece. Anybody out there?
Yeah,
Italy. I want Italy.
I love it. And I know that that's going to be able to happen for you. And I love that once again, you're on the top of this roller coaster ride and you're just enjoying every step of the way and developing, what's going to happen next. And I'm just excited for you. So thanks again for sharing your morning with us. Well, my morning, your afternoon.
My
And
afternoon.
yes, and good luck with everything. We'll put everything into the comments. And Anita,
Yes.
thank you.
If any,
Like
I
from the
think
bottom
it.
of my heart, thank you.
Yep. And I love you guys. I love this family. I love this group, and I just want to tell everybody how much I really appreciate you being a part of my adventure. This wouldn't happen without all of you guys. So we've sold a tremendous amount already. So I'm touched, and I have to say we're on limited quantities right now. So get on there ASAP because I can't believe it's blowing up already. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
Yeah,
And
that's what
so,
happens when you offer quality.
well,
Yeah.
thank you. I thank everybody for being a part of my dream. It wouldn't happen without all of you guys, with this team behind me. So I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, wonderful. Anita, thank you. Everybody, thanks for joining in on today's Tech Talk. I know there's been a little bit of glitches in there and stuff like that with the internet, but thanks for pulling through with us. So, Anita, thank you.
Bye, buddy. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
All right, bye-bye.